Okay, round 3. I don't know if anyone besides, one person enjoys this. You know who you are. But still, I'm enjoying this, so without further ado, let's get into it. The Distorter is the twisted king over change itself. He is the one left behind by history, often known as a betrayer and maniac, malevolent primeval monster. He is a god of no religion, but has a prophet and servant in the Chaos King. He is not an overlord, but is forever caged in the domain known as Oblivion. The Distorter is a being of change and alteration, having full mastery of change, and through him, change affects reality. Without him, everything would stop, even time. His power is kept in check and was sealed away along with him by his 2 brothers. Though he is bound in a cage, he still holds influence on the world. The Distorter, like his brothers, is one of the most powerful beings in all of Romerius. Unlike his brothers, the Distorter is frenzied, wrathful, and bordering madness, with an endless violent storm of anger within him. He is cruelty without reason, disaster without cause, and a twisted nightmare of a god. Back before even the Golden Age, the Distorter betrayed his brothers and brought a horrible devastation on the world. This action is why he's imprisoned, for this primeval sin changed Romerius forever, eschewing its course from its original vision. Ugh. As you can tell, the Distorter is a dangerous antagonist for Romerius. Beyond that, he is a conduit for change itself. What that means is that because he and his primordial force exist, things can change. To elaborate, any form of alteration of a state counts as a change, such as a second passing, a breath being taken, something moving, or even a thought crossing your mind. Without him or the primordial force of change itself, everything would be stuck in an eternal snapshot, nothing ever changing, forever. The Distorter observes Romerius but toils in the shadows, working on his revenge, and with it, the destruction of all of Romerius as we know it, a new world where he is the only primordial. He sees the beings of Romerius with endless scorn and disdain, like how you would a pest or annoyance. He deems anything he didn't have a hand in as a pathetic waste. That is to say, he despises basically everything, because it was all made without him. Now, when I think of him as a character, I see him as this person that's impossible to anticipate or read. One moment he could be sociable and decent, next he could be threatening you with a knife, next he could be lamenting about his torment, wallowing in his sorrow. The best way I can describe what I mean here is like an addict frantically searching for another hit of their chosen drug, or a rabid dog looking for food. Every movement he makes, I'd want to have this hint of desperation to it, and this almost manic, animalistic energy to it. Like something that had gone mad from being locked away for most of its life, because that's what happened to him. Overall, his personality is sarcastic, petty, demeaning, derogatory, and apathetic, to a fault. As if he cannot comprehend any form of emotion that isn't apathetic sarcasm or malice. He is chaotic and evil by both design and circumstance. He was already kinda loony before he betrayed his siblings, but the millenniums he spent alone and tormented only amplified his mania. Now, how he would act in a fight is both simple and complex. You see, I imagine him fighting like a wild animal, thrashing and clawing about, kind of like a rabid ferret or something. The point is that it's uncivilized and without reason, like passion met mania. Along with that, he would alter reality itself, just to get the better of whomever he's fighting. Doing things like pulling a column of rock from the ground and to forcefully slam it into their face, or by just warping reality into something psychedelic so he can throw his opponent off. Along with that, his powers manifest in an electric, almost digital style. For example, if he were to dash around, it would look like he was enveloped by this glitchy bolt of electricity. That would be fast enough. It would be fast enough to almost be a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. Obviously, it wouldn't be that fast if I animate that, because I'd want to show off set effects, but still. The Distorter, like his name suggests, is a reality warper, and just by existing in a room, said room warps around him, almost like a black hole in a way. For example, if I'd animate him walking, I'd draw it so that the floor ebbs and flows with his steps, like dipping your fingers on the surface of calm water. If he were to roar, or I guess screech, because that would be more accurate, reality would start to crack and horribly warp, like entering a bad drug trip. There's a handful more things about this guy, but they need fleshing out because they coincide with the narrative of Romarius and the stories that I'll tell in this world. I'll at least say this. It's all very layered and complex. Anyway, if you enjoyed this explanation of one of my characters, then please like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and adios, everyone.